Good morning everyone, today we're checking out a brand new video from the Game Theaters about can anyone save Amanda the Adventurer. This must be about Amanda the Adventurer 3, which should be coming out October? I don't know, I can't remember.
I know how Amanda the Adventurer
Ooh, that's a little loud.
is going to end. Despite only having a demo for the third installment and only
Oh,
one
well there you go.
puzzle to solve, it tells us everything about Amanda, her story of betrayal, and how we may already be too late to save the day.
Oh, damn.
Hello Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show whose favorite media format is VHS tapes. Every time a video game includes
Classic.
these artifacts from the distant past, or as I like to call it, my childhood, you just know that something spooky
Yeah, I was just at the tail end of that.
and creepy is going to happen. And that couldn't be more true of our favorite knockoff Dora the Explorer, Amanda the Adventurer. What started
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kids-friendly show has revealed to us a dark backstory of a creator who got into bed with the wrong people. Hamlin Entertainment took advantage of him and put his adopted daughter Rebecca into the
Yep.
show, literally, along with summoning a few demons on the way. And if the name Hamlin rings a bell, it's
Yeah.
because it turns out Hamlin Entertainment
I'm still curious on why the hell did Hamlin start making deals with demons? And
is essentially
That we
part
don't know.
of a cult-like group that goes all the way back to the Middle Ages, just like the real story of Hamlin Town and the famous Pied Piper folktale. Hamlin is now
And the
using
rats.
Amanda, to lure more children away from their homes and, as we theorized, put them into the show as objects with eyes, making it so they could never be taken away again. And now we've been given a demo
So
for
much
the third
life.
and final installment of this series,
Final?
which means all of our questions about this franchise will be answered when it finally releases this fall. But fear
Hey,
not, theorists,
cool. I
though
was
the
kind of
full
right.
game isn't here yet, this demo has already told us exactly how this game is going to end,
Whoa, what the-
Rebecca's fate truly is, and how our character Riley will be the one to finish Hamlin once and for all.
gotta pull
Better
the
hit
plug.
rewind on that tape, my friends, because we are diving into the past of Amanda the Adventurer.
Well, hold on. Wanted to point something out. He said it better hit rewind on that tape, but if you look at it, it's already all the way rewound. However you want to say that. You can't rewind it anymore. You would just cause damage to the tape.
On that tape, my one final reminder. Next week, on August 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing
5
our
days.
big FNAF Secret of the Mimic live talkback. We are going to be talking about all things Secret of the Mimic, its gameplay, its mysteries, and of course, its lore.
Its
With our
lore.
good friends John FNAF, Rytoast, ID's Fantasy, Hyperdroid, and Dorko. Given how crazy this game was,
This is
this
gonna
is
be
going
killer.
to be a truly wild one, theorists. So make sure you're subscribed and tune in next week, August 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you there. Across these games, we have been playing as Riley, who discovered this whole Hamlin conspiracy after investigating her Aunt Kate's attic. We learned more about
That's
Amanda
right.
and her fluffy companion, Wooly, as well
Wooly
as
the
finding a
sheep.
bunch of tapes about demonic entities, one of which we had the lovely opportunity of meeting face to face. In the second game, we headed to the public library, only
Yeah, we did meet some entities, these beings, but we have no idea what demons actually they are, who commands them, and I mean demons. We know Hamlin is commanding them.
to be cornered by another demon, this time Woolies. And then we escaped through a secret hatch to go and free the kids that had been going
The
missing.
one
So
final
naturally,
tape.
I figured this third game would follow on right from where we left off. And at first, that does seem to be the case. Having climbed down the hatch,
Oh.
we are now
Huh.
in the sewers. But when you actually hit
Kind of
start,
interesting.
you are transported out of the sewers and a cutscene begins.
It's me going into the seems they up their security since my last few visits. It's a good thing though, means we're onto something.
During this, we see clips of the Hamlin facility that we've seen in previous installments. Rebecca with
Right.
officials in a hospital bed, all that jazz. This man goes on to mention meeting Kate at a location for the handoff. And it's at this point that we hear the mysterious man get spotted and we take control to start doing the thing that we do best, snooping for that sweet, sweet lore. There's only one area we can go
away.
into though. A small office
Oh.
with a meeting
Huh.
room. There are a few things.
Whoa, wait. That's a baby gate. And I know it's just meant to be a barrier in the game, but that would signify that they had toddlers to younger within this facility.
Things you can pick up and look at, including a
sandwich.
famous painting of the Pied Piper, just in case you hadn't been theorizing about it since the first game. But the one item that's important is a key card which lets you into the security room. And once you're there, you see several what appear to be stasis pods.
Yeah,
Past
all
those
of
is a
them.
room filled with security cameras. You insert a tape to begin downloading the data, but as you do, Amanda begins talking to us like she usually
what
does,
the?
asking for us to help her on a scavenger hunt. This is where the game portion we all know and love really begins. We're asked to find items like a door with 3 windows, an old sock, a stray dog,
okay.
and a power line.
bad.
All of which in Amanda's TV world are objects with eyes on them, and all of which correspond to an image
Oh.
of one of the stasis
The dog.
chambers in the
Sock.
other room.
The door.
Jackpot! Bingo! Yahtzee! All of the sounds! I knew we were onto something. These
Mazel
pods
tov.
must be where Hamlin has been keeping the children that they've lured away from home. Now, all trapped and plugged into the system, ready to be put into the TV.
But wait, there's only 8 pods though, meaning they would either need maybe these pods are actually downloading the mines to then trap them in the show, like you're saying. But then where are they putting the bodies?
The
Just
show
dropping them at a
has
hospital?
these objects. While this is all going on, the facility is going into lockdown. Fortunately, solving Amanda's scavenger hunt is actually the key to deactivating the alarm. Man, intruder alerts are getting complicated. We had pretty high security when I was at Disney, but I didn't have to watch an episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse to turn it off. Anyway, by matching the correct images to the correct breaker switch, we end the lockdown, the tape downloads, and the guards arrive. We slip the tape into one of the boxes and get taken down. After which, we jump 10 years into the future where Riley escapes
10
the
years?
library and we are left with the message,
Oh, okay, so we weren't playing as Riley at that point.
find Rebecca, find Amanda, find her. Okay, that's a pretty clear goal given to us there, and honestly, we've been kind of trying to do that anyway. So the real question is, who is asking us to do this? I mean, it's most likely the guy we're playing as, but who is that? They're doing a real
Sam?
good job of
Maybe?
hiding their identity. I look
No, probably not. Wooly was in the show. Then again, that is also theorizing that Wooly is Sam.
everywhere online and couldn't find anything. Clearly,
There has to
they're
be
well aware
something.
of the benefits of using our sponsor, NordVPN. NordVPN is great for keeping your information private. They don't track, collect, or share your data with anyone. They'll mask your IP address so that others also can't track you, and they'll keep everything behind their wall of next generation encryption. And if someone is truly dedicated to figuring out your identity, like me with the lore of this game, NordVPN have kill switches built in so that if your data is even
That's kinda
close
useful.
to being exposed, they can just shut the whole thing down. But your identity isn't the only thing that NordVPN can protect. Thanks to their threat protection feature, your computer and online activities will be protected against malicious websites, downloads, trackers, and intrusive ads that can
And
sneak
that
in
is
to
pretty
try
useful.
and get your data using malware, ransomware, or phishing scams. And the best part is,
Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say though in these ad segments. I know I need to speak, so it's not just, you know, regular ass video, but what do I say? It's just an ad.
threat protection even works when you're not connected
just
to
talk
a
over
VPN,
it.
meaning no matter where you are
kind
or
of a
what you're
dick move,
doing,
but
you're
still, it's
safe
good.
from bad actors and hackers trying to get your data. If only Hamlin had thought of that. So don't be like them. Go to nordvpn.com/game theory and get an exclusive discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months for free. That's nordvpn.com/game theory, or you can check the link in the description. Thanks again
Let's
to
get back to the
NordVPN for
theory, if you
sponsoring
don't
this
mind.
video. But, and this is kind of awkward, I kind of do need to figure out this character's identity now, so I'm just gonna go back to the video now. Up until
Yes,
now,
please,
we've been
let's
playing
go.
as the unknowing Riley, but in this demo, we jump back 10 years and play as someone who clearly knows what's going on. They're going into Hamlin, collecting information, and putting the data on tapes. But notice the
Nice.
tapes he uses. It's not the classic black like most of the VHSs.
Yeah, it's
bright
red.
like the secret tapes that we've been collecting over the last 2 games. And it's in these secret tapes that we have found the footage being shown at the beginning of the demo and all the other information surrounding the real world mystery of this show. My
That's
first instinct
right.
was that this had to be one of the only men we've really seen in the series, one who would have a reason to try and take down Hamlin, the creator of Amanda the Adventurer, Sam.
Sam.
In these videos, we see someone sneaking around a hospital room to look at Rebecca, and so I kind of attributed these things to Sam as he tries to figure out what's really going on and how.
And then again, a moment ago, I did say it could be Sam, but Wooly was in the show. So unless Wooly, I don't had no speaking role or just had a different voice, Sam would already be in the show. Then again, that's still going with the theory that Sam is Wooly.
Save his
Wooly
daughter.
is
But
Sam.
after
Whatever.
looking at it more, I realized it can't be Sam that we play as. Firstly, there's his voice.
That's gotta lead to the security room.
We have heard a lot of Sam's voice in previous installments, and even when he's speaking more solemnly, he's got a clear low register.
If I do this, you'll let me see her?
While this new
Yeah.
character seems to have a slightly higher register, because speaking in this quiet low register is producing a lot of vocal fry and cracking, so it doesn't appear to be the same voice. There's also the factor of
Definitely
previous
not.
theories we've had. Just like Rebecca is actually Amanda, we have believed that Sam is actually Wooly, which
I've been
means that we
saying that.
can't
Damn
be
it.
playing as Sam because Wooly is right there in the video we interact with. But the final clue comes down to the clips we were given during that very first cutscene of the demo. When the player is talking to Kate, the clips used during this are moments found in the secret tapes of Amanda 1 and 2, specifically moments that involve Rebecca and Sam.
And Sam.
What is this? What is she reading?
It's pretty tricky to film handheld footage of yourself from a third-person perspective. Believe me,
Yeah.
I've tried. Basically, there's no physical way for this to be Sam that we're playing as.
Then again, a few years back, I don't remember who did this, but someone took a drone and a VR headset and started living a life in third person. It was kind of weird.
And thinking about this realistically, it's likely going to be someone that we just haven't met yet. We have encountered a few other male-sounding characters through these secret tapes, but none of them are really invested in this mystery like Kate is. There just isn't
Yeah, none
anyone
of
at this
those
point who
guys.
fits the bill. It's like when we found out who the masked figure was in Amanda 2. It was the sister of one of the lost children. No one really expected that one name on that one sheet of paper to turn out to be a crucial story character. So
Yeah,
it's likely
that's
that
left
this is
field.
going to be a similar thing.
But a good left
character who
field.
hasn't really been a part of the series, and yet, in a way, has actually been part of it since the very beginning. The one who has been creating the secret tapes. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll end up being Ash's favorite character.
I'm me, DJ Two Shades.
But for now, I guess we can just simply call him
What?
the Tape Guy.
Come
but that
on.
only solves part of the mystery. Their identity, or lack thereof, doesn't exactly help us figure out what's going to happen in the next game. And all we
Right.
have left is a simple puzzle like we've experienced in previous installments. However, much like we saw in the Amanda 2 demo, I believe they've chosen to present this
I
specific
actually kind of find it interesting how the apple has been rotting with each game.
puzzle because it has a much deeper meaning than you may initially realize. In that previous demo, we kept being shown an opossum, and so we looked into
Yeah,
folklore
opossum.
surrounding opossums and
opossum,
what that
possum.
might symbolize to
Oh,
tell
it's
us about
silent.
the story. So I wondered whether the images we're being asked to search for in this demo, the ones on the stasis pods, maybe held symbolic meaning that could help give us the answers we seek. For example, one of the things we have to look for is
Maybe.
a stray
I'm
dog.
not
If
sure.
we look into the world of interpreting dreams, and let's be honest, if you're in a coma-like situation as we see Rebecca in, it's basically just an elongated, though slightly more precarious sleep.
When the brain is
Dogs
big,
represent
Evie.
loyalty. I'm sure we've all heard that a dog is man's best friend, that they always
Completely.
stick beside you, so that would make a lot of sense, but the dog Amanda finds is
In fact, I got my dog right here sleeping right by me.
not friendly. It's snarling and aggressive, which drastically changes the meaning. An aggressive dog is an omen or a sign that your loyalty has been betrayed. By this point, we already know that Amanda, or rather Rebecca, was tricked into signing papers and becoming a part of this weird TV experiment.
Yep.
We also know that she
Signed
feels
to a
betrayed
demon.
by Sam thanks to the end of Amanda 2, where Sam is forced to tell Rebecca to do whatever Hamlin says, even the awful stuff she was put through. This dog is conveying Amanda's emotions, how she feels about these events, and confirming information
That's
we
right.
already know, which leads me to believe we're on the right track with this interpretation business. So let's analyze some more. Another item we have to look for is an old sock. Now, you might think
A
a single
smelly
old
old
sock
sock.
can't possibly have psychological interpretations to it, right? Wrong. A single old sock,
Can't be serious.
interestingly enough, can represent unresolved issues in life. Wearing only one sock means something's not quite right. It feels unnatural. Huh, maybe I should let Matt know. Although, it's not like I see him around the office anymore to tell him. But regardless, this
Yeah,
once
you can
again
shoot him a
points to
text.
Rebecca's emotions.
It has eyes. Why does it have? Oh, never mind. That's right. He said why it possibly has eyes.
Rebecca has
'Cause everything has a
unresolved
soul.
issues. The big one being
Stolen.
she's trapped inside these tapes and has not been able to escape. But that's not all we get from this sock.
Here it is. Smelly old sock.
And believe it or not, the smelliness carries its own meaning. It represents
can't be
neglected
serious.
self-care. The sock is being left to decay. Amanda has told us before about how she's rotting away
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
Times I feel myself rotting.
from the
Feels
first
far
game.
away.
Her body is being neglected, and her dilemma is trying to get back to her body to free herself. It's unresolved, and she needs to resolve it so that she can feel complete once again. Yeah, turns
Gotta
out
get that
you
life
can learn a
back.
lot about a person through a sock. And to really hammer in the trapped, helpless analogy, she sends us to look for a power line. The one in the TV show is broken, sparking all over the floor. And as
Wooly,
you
don't
probably
grab
figured out
that.
by now, this absolutely means something. A tangled or broken power line can represent blockages, unresolved issues, or feelings of being restricted or held back. Something we've already
Yeah,
mentioned
that,
from the other
makes
items.
sense.
Broken power lines can also represent powerlessness and frustration. Again, things we definitely know Amanda
Yeah,
is feeling. Then
with
there's the
her being
first
a
object
child.
we're asked to look for.
A door with 3 windows.
Now, the literal definition of a door with 3 windows doesn't have a lot of meaning in dreams or any spiritual context, but doors and windows in and of themselves
Oh, yeah.
do, and it has to do with looking into someone's soul. I'm sure you've all heard
Supposedly.
the phrase eyes are the windows to the soul, but here there are
Yeah, that
3
is a good
windows,
saying.
2 next to each other and 1 at the top in the middle, which in most media is a way of depicting the third eye. A third eye represents someone's ability to perceive beyond their reality, their realm, their current dimension. In a way, that's what we've been seeing Amanda doing in the game. Even though she's in the TV show, she can see and manipulate the environment outside of the TV. When we complete a task, an item appears. If we upset
Yeah,
her, she
click.
sends her demon counterpart to
There's
kill
the
us.
demon.
The door with 3 windows represents Rebecca's soul and its ability to
So you can
communicate with us
see
in the
beyond.
world. But what's the point of all this? I mean, we know most of this already. What we want to figure out is how to save her. Well, I hate to
Gotta
be
be
the bearer
something.
of bad news, but it might already be too late. While looking
Oh,
at the
is she
interpretation of
dead?
power lines, I noticed something odd about how Amanda refers to them.
Do you see a sparking snake around here?
I get that she's a
Sparking
kid, but this
snake.
is meant to be an educational show. So why call it something that it's not?
it
Unless
says power
she's
line on the
deliberately
paper.
trying to communicate a hidden message. After doing some internet sleuthing, I discovered that sparking snake is another name for the fiery serpent found in Slavic folklore. A serpent
Oh.
that, surprise, surprise,
Okay.
shoots out sparks when flying. In the story, the serpent would seduce women and trick them, normally with something they greatly desired, only for the gift to turn into horse manure by morning,
Oh,
becoming
disgusting.
ultimately worthless. This deception would also result in the women experiencing things like severe weight loss, hallucinations, and eventually death from withering or rotting away. Now, as I've mentioned, the idea of
Well,
rotting in
that's
this franchise
terrible.
is nothing new. Amanda's been telling us she's been rotting since the very first installment. Heck, even the apple in the logo has slowly begun to rot with each new game, with this
Yes.
third one being completely decayed. She was tempted with something by
It's got the classic cartoon Disney purple for rot.
Hamlin, becoming famous, money, whatever it was to get her to sign the contract. And it wasn't long after that Rebecca realized what she was promised was worthless. But even still, as she said, it always felt far away, like it was happening slowly, like it was something we might be able to stop. But remember the dog I
Hopefully.
mentioned earlier, the one representing loyalty? Well, that isn't the only interpretation there is. One of the cultures we looked at during the second game's demo was Mesoamerican cultures, due to the reference of the Island of Dead Dolls, the legend of a girl who
yeah.
drowned in a nearby
Forgot about that,
canal and
right?
began to haunt the island. Saying it again now, I really should have seen it at the time, but now, with this demo, it's painfully obvious. In Mesoamerican cultures, Zolos, the American
Oh,
hairless
yeah,
dog,
the
would
hairless
be
dog.
sacrificed along with the deceased to act as a guide for the departed. It's also worth noting that Amanda actively avoids choosing other objects available to her, like the tree or the flower, things that represent growth, revival, and health, because that is the opposite of what she is feeling.
Yeah,
She is
she's
telling us
dying,
it's more than just
rotting,
being betrayed. It's more
just
than just
slowly
rotting away
desiccating.
metaphorically in a hospital bed somewhere. She's telling us that Rebecca is dead. She had been rotting away, but this has been going on for more than 15 years at this point, and now it's too late. Her physical body is gone, and all that is
Yeah.
left is her soul within these tapes. That doesn't mean the mission
Meaning, even if we can save her soul, well, that's it. It would just be her soul. She wouldn't be able to live any kind of life.
we've been given is completely
she has no
pointless,
life.
though. Last time, after destroying the tapes and the bad ending, the monster kills Joanne, and we realize that Amanda and her monster have actually been trying to help the missing children's souls. Rebecca wants us to save them and finally escape the nightmare that she is lost in. While we might not be able to save her, these other missing children are in the stasis chambers, trapped in the show. There is still a chance to rescue them. Like the painting
at
of
least
the
they
Pied
can
Piper
be
in the
saved.
meeting room, we are about to enter the dark cave that the children were lured to. And it's going to be down to Riley to put an end to this and save everyone else.
Wait. In the Pied Piper story, I thought he lured the kids into the river like he did with the rats, causing the kids to drown.
From the clutches of Hamlin. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching.
Alright everyone, that's going to be the end to today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see you all next time when we flick back on. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.